What do you think about Lagos men?
Hey, that's why I came. All this one I shall be saying things. It didn't much of confined me. The men in this Lagos will sing your way. They will mental. They will make you mental. And the Lagos men, say it experience. It's all the grace of God I didn't die. 98% were actually mad. At this point in time, I want to say, but yeah, this guy not have good head. It's you that do not have good head. No, I have had to my brothers and my sisters that will teach you. I came here to rats.
Hey guys, it's Katherine here again and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm so grateful and I'm so glad that you're here. So guys, today's video we have a guest, okay? Our guest is finally here. Guys, meet Precious. You guys know her. If you have not seen my last vlog, what are you doing? I'll leave the card up here, so definitely check out that vlog. Precious was definitely in that vlog and she was a vibe, okay? I saw a lot of your comments, you know, and I was like, okay, we need to do this video. So today's video, just like the title says, we'll be talking about what it's like living in Lagos.
It's in men in this Lagos.
We've actually been in Lagos for, well,
all our lives, really.
Yeah, but let's get right into it. Okay?
My name is very important to my brand.
Guys,
yes.
I will allow Precious to introduce herself.
Anyway, these days they call me Feta. Feta. That's what people call me now. But she's always known me as Precious. That's my English name, so yes. But Feta is my native name and I like to go by it, so yeah.
For the sake of this video, guys, because I've always known her as Precious, so it's going to be hard for me to call her Feta.
Yeah, Precious.
So
Feta.
For the most part, I'll just say Precious.
That's good.
But when you hear Feta, we're still referring to Precious. So guys, the first question that I have for Precious is, how long have you lived in Lagos?
I've lived in Lagos all my life now. I was born here, raised here, schooled. Okay, my university was in Lagos.
Okay.
But you, Omo.
I've been in Lagos all my life. Guys, I was born in Lagos, Nigeria. But I was born in Ajegunle, so I've been in Lagos all my life. Primary school in Lagos.
You cannot do any
secondary school in Lagos.
Give me some raspberry.
I beg. Uni in Lagos, like I went to Unilag. Everything has been in Lagos. But like no, I did my NYC in Ebonyi State, come to think of it. So I've not been in Lagos. But for the most part I've been in Lagos. Then after NYC I lived in Asaba for a year. So yeah.
Cool. Me, Lagos primary, secondary, then university was in one of the western states for.
Okay, so what do you love about Lagos?
What I love about Lagos? Hey,
you have to think about it.
I have to think about it because there's a lot of things to like about Lagos. I think it's just the razness, really. I don't think I can do with the calm people say exists in Abuja and all those other places because I schooled in Ondo states.
Okay.
And anytime I come to Lagos, I used to realize that I miss the traffic. Yes, and that kill me if you want to. But I just feel like, yeah, like
you miss the traffic.
I think I do. I know it's a little like weird, but it's the truth. Like I don't think I can do with that calm. No, I cannot.
Is that all you like?
Definitely.
Okay.
And maybe it's also because I have lived here all my life, and so I can't see what's there not to like. Okay. I like the fact that it's busy. There are people.
Yeah.
You know, I mean that's. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't feel alone.
For me, I think what I like about Lagos is like the nice restaurants, the nice like places to go to. Maybe because I did my NYC in Ebonyi State, like I said earlier. After my NYC I lived in Asaba for a year and there was not much going on. It was so boring. I could not wait to come back to Lagos. I miss the nightlife. I don't go out a lot at night, but for the few times that I've gone out at night, I love it. Like,
and do you know the reason why I love it? It's because at least there are people. Like other states, like when I was in school in Ondo states, anything past 7 is like everybody has been raptured.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like where are the human beings that exist? And you can't find them. Everybody's already in their house. But in Lagos, at least 10 o'clock, 11, 12, you still see people outside. You can even still buy rice on the road, like cooked rice, hot one for that matter. So that's why. They're also nice places.
I don't like traffic. So So
sometimes I feel
maybe
like
I would like
traffic
it in
is
Abuja.
It's crazy I'm about to say this thing. I've once cried in traffic. Maybe I'm saying I like traffic. I've cried because I needed to get home.
Yeah.
I was tired from work, but I had to be in that traffic because I mean you cannot jump, you can't come down and start to trek home.
Yeah.
But you know, I feel like traffic makes me just sit down and just, you know, reflect. I can see a whole movie on my phone. I really, so the thing about me is, Kate, I just love to observe things. You know, so sometimes I mean I'm in the bus and I just get ideas. I could just be like, this conductor is nice. Why is he nice? It is strange. Why is he cautious and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like I just really sit down in the bus. I just look at people. It's just how I am. Maybe because I'm a sociologist too. I like to just see people do things and stuff. Maybe that's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess so, and it's kind of therapeutic to me.
It's traffic therapeutic to you guys.
You should do a video on weird things that people like. Because yes, I like traffic. I like the smell of fuel. I like, yes, I love crazy. I mean, I'm sure that people like me somewhere.
Well, do you like the smell of rain?
Yes, I like the sound of rain.
Ibiduni likes the smell of rain.
I don't think I like the smell. I like the smell of boiling water though.
Okay. All right. What do you think about Lagos men?
Hey, that's why I came. All this one I shall be saying things. It didn't much of confined me. I came here to rant. The men in this Lagos they will sing your wife. They will mental. They will make you mental.
Lagos men.
And the Lagos men tell me to experience. It took the grace of God that I didn't die. It took the grace of God that after many years that you have known me, you didn't come to Yaba to come and greet me.
Praise the Lord.
Crystal, do you know me? It's me, your school mommy. I'm like, no, I will choke you knife because of man. Is that the only question?
Are you done? What do you think about Lagos men?
I just said it.
All these things are what you think about Lagos men.
Yes.
Not even one nice thing to say about Lagos men. I don't know.
Like
Lagos men.
Lagos men will make you. If you're not strong in that Lord, if you don't know your book of Corinthians very well, you would have crazy. I'm telling you the truth. Based on experience, I'm told you. I know there are good guys out there.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't really say that I haven't met good people. I have met good people. I'm talking about dating.
Yeah.
I mean, I've experienced good men. I've dated one or two good guys. But I mean, two is not a number that you can say that because I've dated two of them in the million of 7 or 8. But they are all good. You get it now. Many of them, if they are not liars, they are intending liars. They have to be like, they were born to lie. You understand now?
Guys, she said they were born to lie.
You know, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I'm hoping to experience, like, maybe, like, if I want to stay outside Lagos. But I think I told you something about the fact that I don't think I can settle outside Lagos. Like, have a permanent residence outside Lagos. I probably want to visit whatever state and come back to my Lagos. So maybe I can now find love in Abuja, the Port Harcourt, one thing. But maybe that's what will not change. I don't even know what I'm saying again. That's what Lagos men will do to you. You will not know what to say about it.
Lagos men leave you confused, guys. That's what Precious to say. What would you say are your struggles living in Lagos?
My struggles living in Lagos is trying to make ends meet firstly. I mean, the hustle and bustle is crazy. It just looks like you're doing the same thing every day. I mean, that's life, holistically. But Lagos makes you feel like there is no time. 24 hours is not just enough. You're waking up by 4 because you need to get to the office by 7. Or even much earlier than 7. We wake up by 3. You know? But it makes me feel like I'm home. I feel like this is home. This is what I have to go through to get what I have to get done, you know? But yeah, it looks like everything is just rounding up real fast in Lagos.
For me, I think my struggles living in Lagos has to be with traffic.
It's not that bad.
No, it's the traffic, guys. Don't mind, Precious.
Okay.
My house is actually close to my office, so I do not experience traffic as much. But like weekends when I get to go out, I experience it, guys.
So
traffic is not for me.
Okay, so I like, let me clear that. I like the traffic when I'm coming back from work, not when I'm going to work.
Okay, then another thing that I would say is a struggle for me living here in Lagos would be the noise. I hate the noise in Lagos. Lagos is very noisy. Okay, in as much as I just said a few minutes ago that I like the nightlife in Lagos. Guys, I don't like the noise in Lagos.
So what do you
I
mean?
live around Yoruba people where I live. They're always having parties. There's always noise. There's always music. It's annoying.
Are you telling me now? But you don't like the music that you're hearing?
No, I don't like it. If I want to listen to music, I listen to music in my house and not stress other people
One day,
out.
Lagos will do something to you. I'll go and tell this environment that you're living that they should one day just do as if nobody is around.
The noise. Maybe because I'm a YouTuber and a lot of times I want to
make
film.
videos,
I want to film, or I'm vlogging, what my day is like. Or you want to even film like an ASMR video where the only thing you want to hear is the sound of stuff. In this your noisy Lagos, how do you film those kind of videos? Except you're living in a gated estate where there's no noise. You know those very nice estates in Lekki, Ikoyi, and all those kind of places. That's when you can afford to film those kind of videos. Because I love being here, funny enough.
You have to love it or leave it.
Yeah.
Choose one. Love it, leave it.
Love it.
Good. So don't complain about the noise or traffic anymore. Embrace
What
it.
don't you love about living in Lagos?
And then finding true love, because true love died. One trailer that was coming from me last time, he jammed true love. True love died immediately.
But guys, we are manifesting true love, okay? This year
Amen.
and next year,
Amen.
we are manifesting it.
Ah.
We are manifesting the love of our lives. A man that would love us just like Christ loves the church. We are manifesting
Amen
that
to
man.
that.
So this is men are not come. Some men has come, but not all men has come. Precious. Why are you why are you looking that way?
No, because I didn't know with this spelling of come you're talking about. Is it the SUM? Because men are that.
SCUM.
SUM. That's okay, SCUM. That one is like men are it.
Guys, please.
Like,
men are not scum. Some men are scum. Like I've experienced some of them, but for the most part, men are not scum. Because my uncle is an amazing man.
No, men has come. My brother, my daddy, and my stepfamily, my maid children, and my husband are married.
But they are men. You experience dating Lagos men?
My experience has not been all rosy. I said, I've met good men, one or two out of many numbers. Show me all Femi. You see those Femis, those tunjis. Tell me your experience dating Lagos men.
I've not dated a lot of guys in Lagos. I think I've dated just 2 guys in Lagos. Okay, no, I've dated 3 guys in Lagos.
Okay, yeah, and that was a great guy.
Yeah, so I've dated 3 guys in Lagos. One was a great guy. The other one was mad. The next one was an okay guy. So that's my experience.
If I was going to grade it on a percentage level, 98% were actually mad. Yes. At this point in time, I want to say, but yeah, this girl not have good head. It's you that did not have good head. Not good head. I'm just saying, I look back at my past relationships that and I ask myself, what did I do wrongly? Because I feel like at the end of every relationship, you cannot say that you were perfect and the other person was so imperfect.
Yeah.
There has to be at least there has to be something that you can fault yourself for.
Yeah.
And if I look back at these things, the only thing I can actually say I did wrong was being too sincere. If that is too bad, maybe I shouldn't have been overly sincere. But you know the funny thing, I made up my mind that if sincerity is a flaw that I have, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
And I probably have to keep on being sincere until I find that person that deserves my sincerity.
Yeah.
So basically that's it for me. The guys I dated, they kind of maybe were not good for me. I'm sure they are good people, but not just good for me.
Yeah.
I dated somebody who I realized it was a very good guy. I mean, that's like the 2% I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We're okay, everything was fine until we started talking about long-term goals. How would you like to raise your kids? What's your opinion about God, pastors, and religion and everything? And I begin to find that we have differing opinions on these things, and it will clash eventually. When I say I feel like spoil, one time he told me that he doesn't believe the Bible says spare the rod and spoil the child. He says he feels like the Bible is saying that you should spare the rod, like don't touch the rod, and if you don't touch the rod, the child, I was like, no, that's not what it meant. I mean, that's going to be a major thing if we get married, right? So even though he was so good, a nice guy, like the kind of guy that take care of you and all of that. He wasn't just good for me when it came to values, and I was like, it's time for us to, go left, let me go right, so that our lives can be better.
Yeah.
But the rest of them, guys, you're not asking me to say all this story, so why am I doing that?
So, guys, the next question is, what's the worst date you've ever been on?
Okay, I think I've had a couple of them, but this particular one just stood out for me, and it's very irritating. I just have to say it. So, see, guys, and there's some things you shouldn't do when you're out as a girl. I beg. There's some things, especially if you were the one that initiated the date. So like, I want to take you out. There's some conversations you should not be asking a girl on the first date. Before we even got to the point where we had to go out, started going out, you wanted to be my friend. You said, let's be friends. I want us to just be friends, go out, movie dates and everything.
Yeah.
And then you start to ask me questions like, when have you ever slept with your friend before? Like, you know that you're not dating him, or you just did it for the fun of it. Remember, I'm like, are you intending to do this with me? Is this your intention? Okay. You ask me, like, tell me the history of your love life. How many guys have you dated? Would you sleep on it with a guy before? Like, and I'm like, fine, I get it. I know that we are friends and it's new, so you want to get to know me, but you can take your time. And there's some things that you don't even necessarily have to ask me before you know. Probably just be in a conversation and to just come up and I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Why are you rushing? Why are you fasting too? Why do you want to reach? You want to. So I begin to get all these ideas, and I'm like, this person, you don't want to be friends. You want to shift my pints. It's fine. You came here for my pints.
Is a pant shifter?
All this one they are doing is disguising. You don't. Okay. And so we were talking, and then at some point I noticed that the guy has like he has, oh my god, he has a big behind. So I just teased him about it, that this is like, you want to touch it. That thing threw me off. Like, it was so irritating, made my skin crawl. Like, you didn't have to say it. People would say, but you said it first now. We were trying to, tease you and go along with the joke.
Yeah.
I'm like, you could have just laughed about it. Like, oh, you're not serious. You touch it. Do you want to press it? I still, why am I out with this person? It was really just crazy, and that thing threw me off.
Yeah.
We got home, and trust me, I never spoke to him again just because of that.
We got home.
Like, yeah, I got home, like, he dropped me off, and I didn't talk to him after that time. I didn't make it obvious after the whole thing. I didn't want to make it look like it was funny, but he kept playing in my head, like, yeah. I know it wasn't just because of the question or the thing he said, because of other things he had been saying that I wasn't comfortable with, but I didn't tell him.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to make it look like, maybe I was acting too uptight or something.
Yeah.
But that was it for me. I'm like, no, I don't want to touch your bum bum.
Okay, for me, the worst dates that I've been on was, I think I was in school back then, maybe diploma or 200 level, and some guy took me to one of these eateries. I can't remember which one. And while we're there, he actually drove. So he lied to me. I think he said he was the owner of the car, and he said he worked with one bank or something. I can't remember. So while we're eating, he received a call, and you know how someone is answering their phone and the person is not, the call is actually not on loudspeaker, but you can hear the conversation.
Okay.
They were just shouting at the guy, "Where are you? Come and pick me." That's how I realized that this guy is a driver. Guys.
Sometimes you want to stop and be like, okay, hello, good morning. What's your name? Sorry, wait, is this your car? Before you even start to talk to me, because you want, can I drop? Is this your car?
Guys, it shocked me. Like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with dating a driver, but lying. Like, lying that you were the owner of the car, lying that yes, he works for the bank, but he was working as a driver. Like, why lie? Why can't you just come out clean to say, oh, I'm a driver? Do you understand? Guys,
how about the Lagos men that would ask you out, and you can just tell that this person is married, I think. Then you now ask him, sorry, are you married? And the person will say, kind of.
Come to think of it,
what is kind of?
I don't think I've really experienced Lagos married men, but you see Asaba married men, I've experienced them.
But those ones, they will not lie about it, will they?
They don't lie. They don't lie with their full chest. Funny enough,
the way with their ring, they'll say, so I want to take.
So I've never really experienced Lagos married men. For me, guys, you need to do better. Lagos married men, you need to do better. even single guys that are going to be married very soon, don't join that league.
Those ones.
You guys need to do better.
Those ones that want to marry somebody and come back to street.
So what do you look out for in a guy before you decide to go out on a date with that guy?
Okay, on a date, not even just okay.
Like, what do you look out for before you decide to go on a date? So you and this guy have been talking, and maybe at this point you're like, okay, I'm ready to
go out on a date.
Person.
I don't think it's too much. Firstly, I want to be able to communicate with you very well.
Yeah.
Like when we have conversations, it has to be that interesting for me to know that if we're on a date, it won't be like it's time to go or something like that.
Yeah.
I want to have interesting conversations with the person
and
feel like we actually align or sync in some kind of way.
Yeah.
You know how one time I was telling a friend of mine how sometimes you're chatting with a guy that you like.
Yeah.
But that's a guy that you don't even necessarily like.
Yeah.
But you just realize that when he drops a text, you're just like you're very eager to reply because there's a way he just drops the text that like this person wants to have a conversation.
Yeah.
But like other people that just drop text and be like, hey dear, hope you are good, dear. Hope you have eaten now, dear. And you're like, clearly, like, who is this man?
Yeah.
So I want to be able to enjoy our texting, then move on to calling, and then let's hang out. I know that definitely if I'm already having that kind of sync with you already online, it's going to be seamless, but not all the time. Sometimes you have these very amazing conversations online.
Then when you meet the person,
I don't know what happens. Maybe you cannot look into the person's
eye. Do you watch Love Is Blind?
No, I haven't.
On Netflix?
No, I haven't.
Okay, now for Love Is Blind on Netflix, and what happens on that show is that like a couple of young people that are ready to get married, you know, they come on that show. They date different people without seeing them. So there's a wall. Okay, you go into a room. There's a wall that demarcates the guy from the lady. But you guys have conversations. So you talk to different guys as a lady. For the guy, you talk to different ladies in a day. Do you understand? So it's just conversations every day. I think they do that for, is it 12 days or I can't remember the number of days, or maybe 2 weeks. You know, then at the end of that 2 weeks, you can now decide if you want to marry that person you've been speaking to
2 weeks
or not.
You decide to marry the person or go on
so
a date.
There are some
with the
people
person.
that so they call it the pods. So like that room that they are in, they call it the pods.
Okay, I think I've heard about that show.
So when they're having those conversations, okay, you've connected so much with somebody, and the day that you now get to meet the person, you're excited to see the person, you know, but then later on when you start to think about it, is that some of them will say, oh, the person is not my spec. So what about the emotional connection that you built with that person? Do you understand? So like it speaks to what you just said earlier when you said, oh, there's some people that you
the audio connection is not different from the visual.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it happens, but yeah, I feel like that's one of the things I'd look out for. How about you?
So would you say Love Is Blind?
Love is not, which Love Is Blind? I'm moving in, I'm moving tight for real life. Love is still like this thing. You know, wear lashes, naked. If I don't like a guy, I can't see all the reasons why I don't want to date you. I just know I don't want to date you.
Okay.
But the moment I begin to feel like, I'm beginning to like this guy, I begin to feel like I start to sit down, ask myself questions. Oh yeah, come. Why do we like this man? What are we doing? Yeah. Now you begin to feel like, oh, so you have all these principles and then you still fell for the wrong man. I mean, I'm human. I'm only just human, okay? Yeah. And people will only show you the side of themselves that they want you to see. So most times you're like genuine, sincere about the whole thing, but eventually you are catfished, or maybe the person is Olori Buruku. You knew what I'm trying to say. So that works. But for me, when I am in love with somebody, I begin to ask. So one time I was in a relationship and it took me a while to realize that this guy was toxic. Because, you know, even though I knew that he was, because I could see everything wrong that he was doing, I realized that this guy, when we are not talking, I'm more comfortable in terms of financially. He would remember to send you money that he has promised you 3 years ago when you are not talking, you know, but he wouldn't take your calls. He literally would leave without you. So that when you are good, you say, oh, without you, the sugar in my tea, without the hope and my hope and I'm hopeless. But when you guys are not talking, he's comfortable living his life. 1 week, 2 weeks, you guys are keeping malice. And I'm like, this is not a good husband material. Yeah. You know, so I can literally see, but in my mind, I'm like, okay, I just really have to hold on to something before I walk out of this thing. Because I'm like, oh, what? I didn't date him because of what he could give me, or because he was cute, or he was tall or dark, whatever it was. I dated him because I wanted to. But in the relationship, I knew what I was looking at, because this person is telling me I want us to be together forever. So because of that, I had to shine my eyes to see what are the things I like to in a man that would make me want to be with him forever. And I saw that this guy can do malice. He's the kind of man that if he marries you, people have issues. They can leave the house for months, he won't come home, but you'll be having money. The kind of rich people that will marry rich men, you'll be crying in Edima.
Yeah.
Then those Nollywood that
but I would rather.
I want to be in love, okay?
I want to be in love,
those kind of movies that you watch. That was when I realized that some of these women that are married to rich men are very, very unhappy. This is why you see them sleeping with younger boys, trying to look for peace or solace in somebody else that is not your husband. It's painful. I saw that and I walked out too. I told my
what do I look out for before I go out on a date with a guy? Just like Precious said, I think like good communication. For some reason, I'm not a chatty person. So I like a lot of calls. So I like guys that take out the time to call me on the phone. Guys, not on WhatsApp call. You can only call me on WhatsApp if I know that you are abroad. But if you live in Lagos, Nigeria, or you live in Nigeria, why are you calling me on WhatsApp call?
And what makes you feel
if you want to do video call, please let's do FaceTime. And for us to even do FaceTime, we are in a relationship already.
Thank you. And please, why would you even just wake up in the morning and think that I want to see your face? Even just because we texted all night or something. You have to ask me, like, video call with question mark, and I'll be like, okay, yes or no. You cannot just call me. You can't be doing such a thing. It is wickedness.
There's something that I usually do when I meet somebody and I'm trying to get to know the person even before we go out on a date. I Google questions. Let's say like 1 to 30 or 1 to 40 or 50 if we have the time, okay, and I will just ask him to pick a number or he asks me to pick a number, and we just ask each other questions because it helps you to get to know the person better. So I like to do those kind of things for me to at least know you to an extent, to find out, do I feel like, do I want to waste my time? Like, I don't want to waste my time.
So what kind of questions would you ask though?
No, they are different. I just usually just research questions. So like, what is your love language?
Can I say that, before you go on that date with this person, you probably know what he wants to be to you, or what you want to be, or what are the tendencies. If he wants to
go out on a date
or
with somebody that I'm not sure I want to date.
Okay, that.
So my talking
because when you were
stage,
saying that is what made me remember how I said that the question the guy asked me when we went on the beach date, when he said something about tell me about your love life. It threw me off because you said you just wanted to be friends. Before we get to, that's why I said at first a lot of communication, and I also said like a lot of phone calls. Do you understand? We would have been talking to an extent before we get to, those games that we play, asking ourselves questions. So to an extent, I know that there's a possibility that I might want to date you. Do you understand? That's when those questions, sometimes you start catching feelings based on like phone calls and chats, and like he's saying all the nice things when you're speaking to this guy at first, but like when you ask those questions, you get to know some things that you find out, is this a deal breaker? There are some answers that the guy will respond to, or you would also respond to. You ask yourself, is this a deal breaker for me? And then
do I see a future with this person?
And then the questions that you ask will even now tell your feelings.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what to feel and not to feel. Because
so
if you're a believer, someone that believes in Jesus, and then you start to ask a guy, so what's your take on? And he says
on tithes, for instance,
for example, and he starts to say things like, Christendom is a scam. I mean, if you already started having feelings for him before, at that moment you're like,
your brain will reset. Your brain will reset. How are you dealing with the pressure of marriage as a young lady?
No, I have had to my brothers and my sisters that will teach you. I'm trying to do a professional class. See, it is before, maybe like 2 years ago, my parents started to talk about marriage. I'll start to show them because I don't like it. The last time my brother had a conversation with me, I was like, why are you telling me this? Oh, wait. Is it because you have a living girlfriend? Are you trying to compare me with your girlfriend because I don't have him? I said all sort of things, and he was just like, that's not what I mean. I mean, I'm just worried that you're not, in a relationship or something. So now, Kate, my sister, I have learned the new way to do it. When they bring up, I'll say, hey, I don't know, help me. Hey, I don't even know what's wrong. And so they now go on, don't worry, God will do it for you. Hey, but if they start to talk about something like they should not tell you about it, you don't want to. In fact, you are creating more problems for yourself. That's for my family. Then personally, for me, I think that I've just come to realize that it's not happening now. And it's not happening. It's not because I'm not a beautiful girl or because I don't have what it takes to be in a
Guys, look at her.
relationship. You get my point. It's not because
The baby's babying.
it's not because I'm not intelligent or I don't have something going on for myself. I mean, I'm a
Yeah.
voiceover artist. I do a lot of things in the creative space.
Yeah.
You understand? And I just know that I'm not in a relationship because I haven't
Yeah.
found the right person
Yeah.
who, you know, matches my energy and who I
Yeah.
feel like is God's will for me. So
Yeah.
that's why. So I don't put pressure on myself. I want to be in love.
Yeah.
More than anything, yesterday when I was seeing the movie from the scratch, I was
Yeah.
like, God, how fun now? Book me one of these your guys now. You have a lot of you created fireman, give me one now. Isn't it so? You know how and I feel like God was laughing, like, you know what we are doing. So just
Yeah.
calm your nerves, you know. So for me, I have peace with the fact that I'm on the right side with God. If it's not happening now, it's because it's not happening now for a good reason. You
Yeah.
understand? And when it comes to my family, I don't fight with them anymore. In fact, I tell them things like when I go home sometimes, I'll be like, I want to pack to my husband's house. I'm tired. This house is tough. They'll be like, yes, so amen.
For me, I don't think I get that pressure. I think the only time that they've said anything marriage related to me was Tino's wedding. You
Yeah.
know, when everybody was saying, "Oh, your sister don't go, now you day next, oh, now your own they can't do next, oh," you know, stuff like that. But other than that, when I'm disturbing my brothers a lot, because
They'll be
I
like,
disturb them a
just come
lot.
and carry you.
I disturb them a lot. We don't live in the same house, but I disturb them. So like when I do, they say, "Oh, Kati, do and go and marry. Do and go and marry. When you go and marry now, you stop
Rest.
disturbing us." You know, stuff like that. I get that, but I don't get that pressure. I know that a lot of people at my age, like in their 30s, they get it. But I just even like this is my first year in the 30 industry. Some people make comments like, "You're too pretty not to have somebody," or "You're too
Is
pretty
that
to
a
be alone."
thing?
That thing is an insult.
I don't understand it really.
That thing is an insult, guys. If you say it to people, please don't say it. It's not a nice thing to say to anybody.
somebody
Okay, it
depressed.
doesn't make any sense.
Has it ever made you depressed too?
Okay, so I'm not going to lie and say, oh, there are not days that I don't get, like, I get lonely sometimes, or I feel lonely sometimes. There are days that I go to work and I come back and I wish I had somebody that is a man, like not my cousin, not like my brothers, like, you know, someone that I'm in a romantic relationship with, somebody to just
Tell
talk
about
to,
your day.
tell him how my day went, or like if there's something that happened,
Just
let's
muse
say,
over things, you
do
know.
you understand? Yeah, I wish I had that.
Bro,
But do I love living alone and like having my own space and just being my own person? I love it, guys. I'm not even going to lie.
no, I'm such a good company to myself. I'm like any guy that's going
I'm
to
not
have
even
me.
going to lie, guys.
What?
I love it. So how long would you consider dating somebody before marriage?
I've thought about that thing before, but I don't think I even gave myself any answer.
Okay.
It has to be
What's like the lowest?
dating somebody before getting married.
Yeah.
2 days. But I think 6 months. 6
Okay.
months is perfect. I mean, half of a year already. I
Yeah.
mean, you've known me, we've talked, get married.
Okay. I think it's 6 months. 6 months is the lowest for me. I think I would prefer a year, but like 6 months is the lowest I can do. 1 year is the max that I can do. If you know that I want to come and
How
date
about
for
7
5
years
years.
now? 7 is a significant number.
Now you
Come
sabi
on.
o. I decree it upon the life of your enemies because it's not on your life. I'm not going to decree it upon your life.
long-term relationship.
God forbid. I cannot date that long. Okay, so what are your thoughts on friendships in your 20s?
I think that in my 20s, friendship was really fun and very true and very innocent and less competitive. Yeah, in my 20s, I think that kind of friends that I met you, okay, I was even a teenager when I met you. But you know, I mean,
I was also a teenager.
you were also a teenager, but I mean, if you look at how our friendship was, I think there was this close-knitedness.
Yeah, but we're in our 20s then.
I'm saying, like, even when we were in our 20s,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
even the friends I made when I was in my 20s, I realized that I won't say we're looking forward to the future and looking forward to, you know, life being better and everything, but there was no tension. We're just relaxing and waiting for it to happen.
Yeah.
Now we want it now, because everybody around us, I mean, there's a Yoruba song that says, "Oh, biri, commune." It's going round and round and to get to my turn, but it looks like it's going round and round, but They ain't getting my turn. I'm like, God, what do I do? Am I a base? Am I a spoon? People say it a lot. I cannot be friends with you if I'm not getting anything from you. I mean, what am I getting from you if I'm not my friend?
No, that's not friendship.
I've heard people say it a lot. You know, it's very transactional. Before, it was nothing like that. I don't know how you were in your 20s. I'm talking about myself. There was no status. You know, you're not looking at, oh, this person is not like, it was just basically like, I would say, imagine how you walk into a place maybe to get something done and you meet a girl your age. You guys just sync immediately. No looking down on anybody else. I don't know about how your own 20s was. I'm talking about my own. It was really easy, unlike now where every time you meet somebody and you want to be friends with them, you have to consider what they are bringing to the table. You can't just afford to bring anybody into your circle because you'd have to really think about the consequences of the association and everything. It was just too much to handle, I think.
For me, friendships in my 20s were, I'm not really a people person. I don't know how to have like a lot of people in my corner. Do you understand? But the very few ones that I have, like, I give my all in my friendships, female friendships or even relationship. That's my kind of person. So if I am in a friendship or in a relationship, like, I give it my all. I cannot call you my friend and when you need help, or it's not even about needing help. Do you understand? You know, like how people just want like support. Support is very important for me. Do you understand? I like to get support from my friends, so I also give support. Do you understand? I'm that kind of friend that will support you in whatever it is that you're doing. So so friendships in my 20s were quite easy. But friendships in my 30s, I just entered though. I'm just in the first phase of 30s. This is my first year in the 30s. In the 30s.
What can you say about it, ma'am?
He's soaked. He had. Guys, friendship in your 30s is so hard. I think this year alone, the only friend that I have made this year is Ibituni Shore. So if there's any other friend that I've made and I don't mention your name, I'm really sorry. Maybe I cannot just remember right now.
I heard it's full.
Guys,
you know the level.
Friendships in your 30s is the actual ghetto. Like, it's hard. It's easier to make friends.
In your
20s
is really easy. I mean, hey, sorry, what school do you? Oh yeah, me too. And that's it. The question is, what are the struggles of being in your 20s or your 30s? She knows that I'm not really the age person, so you guys, the struggle of being in the age that I am in right now is this futuristic tension. The tension of if things are going to turn out the way you expect them to. I'm grateful for life. I'm happy to be where I am. And there's this motivation that we used to hold body. I'm not where I used to be. You know, but this tension of, I mean, it's turning, like there's this Yoruba song, oh, you oh, come. It's turning around, it's touching everybody. But it's not touching you, but you're like, God, when? And everything. See, that God when is a struggle really for me. But I'm hoping and I'm grateful. I'm hopeful and grateful, and that's basically that.
The struggles of being in my 30s. Bills is a struggle.
Bills. I got to
Scam. Bills is a struggle. I used to look forward to growing up so bad, and guys, now that I'm grown, the bills, they just keep coming.
Just keep choking.
Is it NEPA bills? Is it guys,
from here to here, you spend 5K. From here to
there,
is a
lot. Adulthood, that scam, guys. That's like a struggle for me.
If you're a younger person and you're watching this video, don't be in a hurry to grow up. Like, just take your time. I was telling you about how my cousin, he's 18, and he kept telling me about goals. Yeah, it's good to write down your goals. It's very good to want to smash your goals. But I mean, right now you're 18. In Nigerian standard, I mean, your parents owe you to take care of you. They owe it to you to take care of your needs. The only thing you owe them back in return is to read your book and pray very hard for your tomorrow. So you don't have to be overly, oh my God, I wanna calm down. I mean, you see your girls. Basically, life is good, Sha. We're grateful for life.
We have finally come to the end of this video. If you liked it, Precious, please tell them.
Definitely, if you like the video that you just watched, make sure that you like, comment, and please subscribe. And do not forget to also turn on post notifications so that you be the first person to get the videos when it drops, like it's hot.
YouTuber Lomo. So guys, thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.
So many reasons why